Hello, this is Brian Harris with the Independent Black Voters on Facebook as we continue past the primaries to the general election as we attempt to let you know who the various candidates are that are running for office. Obviously, there's a lot of pandemonium here in our country, and the only way we can do some things is to make sure that we are educated voters and we bring in the people that have values and beliefs that are similar to our communities. So today I am fortunate to have, is it Rocheleau? Can you spell it?
Rocheleau.
Huh?
Rocheleau.
Rocheleau. She is running here she's running for family court, right?
That's correct.
So she's going to introduce herself and she's going to tell you a little bit about herself and her values, her beliefs, why she's running for office and why she believes that we should vote for her. So thank you for coming on, Stacey, and I pass the mic to you.
Thank you, Brian, and thank you for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Great.
So my name is...
Speak up a little bit.
What's that?
Speak up a little bit. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Can't hear me. Yeah. All right. My name is Stacey Rocheleau, and I'm running for Department W in the family court. And I have extensive experience. That's why I'm qualified for family court. I've got 19 years experience as a family law attorney. I actually grew up here in Clark County. I went to basic high school in Henderson after attending local public schools. Okay. Let's see, I've had my own law firm since 2003. And as far as my beliefs go, you know, I think I would be a great family court judge. I'm fair and impartial. I believe that everyone gets a fair shake in my courtroom. And that's a little bit about me.
Great. And again, so you said you went to school here in Henderson. You're in Henderson, correct? I
did. I went to basic high school. I graduated from there in 1987.
Okay, great. Because yeah, I actually live in Henderson myself. So okay. Tell me a little bit more about your experience and tell me why you decided to run for family court. What do you think is good with family court? What do you think that changes need to happen?
So in family court, there are 50 to 60% of...
Can you speak up even more? You're still kind of very soft.
Okay. In family court, there are 50 to 60% of the litigants are self-represented. And I see that there needs to be some equal balance there. I see that the attorneys get a fair shake and some of the impropers might not get that same, there's no balance there. And so in my courtroom, I intend to be fair and impartial. I don't believe in bias and I intend to give them a fair shake.
Okay. And that's good to hear because just as, and I'm talking from the experience of our communities, we are looking for fair and equal justice. We're looking for balance in the judicial system. We're looking for people, number one, who realize that everybody has inherent biases, but when they bring it into their courtrooms, are they able to control those biases? And that goes to anything from, you know, sexual orientation to whether somebody has tattoos or whether somebody is black or white, or we're just looking for equal justice from what we believe is a system that is not quite equal at this time. So what's your opinion on that?
So I agree, I completely agree that the system isn't equal and those litigants that are representing themselves, they need resources. They need handouts. They need to be guided in a way that makes them on equal footing with the attorneys. You know, like I said, 50 to 60, upwards of 70% of our litigants in family court are represented by themselves. And they need to be explained the rules. They need to be explained the process. And if they're not explained the process, then they're on unequal footing. There are resources out there in the community. There is a legal self-help center that can help. They need to be pointed to those resources. If they cannot afford an attorney, we can guide them to the legal aid. The Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada can help provide an attorney for those that can't afford one. And there are a number of people that fall within that range. You know, they can't qualify for legal aid, but, you
Mhm.
know, they can't afford an attorney. And for those litigants, you know, they need help from the judge. They need guidance from the judge that says, you know, these are the procedures. This is the way it goes in the courtroom. They need that guidance, and that's something that I can provide to them as a judge.
Okay. Uh, Tell me again now. How long have you practiced? Give me that again. I think I missed it.
That's okay. I've practiced for 19 years, primarily in family law.
Okay. Good. Good. Because it's important that you understand it. So, from your experience and your 19 years in family law, uh, again, you're speaking to the independent Black voters. So I'm asking you things specifically in our communities. Um, what do you think? I mean, if you're coming in here and you're looking, at the Black community, which, as I said, we are disproportionately on one side of the of the bench versus the other. So a lot of times we come in, people who do not look like us are making the decisions on how our lives and our kids' lives will be affected.
Mhm.
There are no perfect people, and there are people who have literally loved their kids, but yes, they've been incarcerated. They love their kids, and yes, the spouses have had problems with each other. They love their kids, and yet there's unfortunately in a tough situation where you have two parties tugging against each other, and the kids are the ones who end up kind of taking the blunt of both ones. So how do you think you can help, uh, I guess, help us find happy mediums, find solutions, and basically make the system better for the kids that are involved, and giving them the biggest opportunity to get the advantage of both parents? Because my belief is both parents matter and both parents, and it's important that if a person wants to be in their lives, in their parents, in their kids' lives, and may not want to be in their significant others, that should be irrelevant. That the other significant other cannot hold that kid for hostage or do things to punish them for not wanting to do something that is irrelevant to the kid's welfare, but obviously, personal beliefs and everything. I'm mad at somebody. All these things come into play. So how do we mitigate those and do what's right for the children involved?
So the great thing about our legislature is they did put in the statutes that, you know, there should be joint custody between dads and moms. In other words, you know, moms don't get custody just because they're moms. Same with dads. Dads don't get custody just because they're dads. And we look at, you know, when parties come before the court looks at the best interests of the children. And there's a number of factors that they look at, but one of the public policies of the state of Nevada is that children should have equal time with both parents, moms and dads. You know, like I said, not just one over the other, and all things being equal, the children should enjoy time with both parents. And again, that's the public policy of the state of Nevada, and that's specifically in our statute. So I think that's good news for moms and for dads. Again, all things being equal, that the children should enjoy time with them equally.
That's great. And so you're going to enforce the belief of both matter and joint custody, because obviously in the past, it was always assumed that, oh, you're the mother, you should have better say so. And that's good to hear, because I think both parents should have a voice. Uh, Tell me a little bit. Okay, obviously we have passed the primary, so it's you against your opponent. So tell me, in your opinion, why you would be better than your opponent, just in your opinion.
So my opinion is that experience matters, especially in family court. You know, we're dealing with a lot of different issues, a lot of different situations that are unique and that are challenging. And my experience, my 19 years experience, really sets me apart. I've had experience with all areas of family law: divorce, custody, child support, alimony, relocation, you know, anything under the sun I've had experience with. And I think that my experience really sets me apart. My personal experience sets me apart. I've been married for 27 years. I've raised 3 children here. And I think raising a family here really gives me a unique perspective on dealing with some of those family law issues that would come before me. And so I think for those reasons, I think I'm the one for Family Court Department W.
Okay, great. Well, again, I love to see more diversity in the in everything, including the judicial system. So it's good to see that there are more women. We want to see more minorities, specifically Black folks, also.
Mhm.
Uh, but we also want people who have a better understanding of the global aspects of what's going on. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Obviously, we have a lot going on in this country right now. We have a lot of things that we need to fix. Obviously, we've got a pandemic that's going on, but there's a lot of discourse in America right now. We are not unified. Just give me your opinion of where you are in what's happening today and what you think we as a country need to potentially go forward, heal, prosper, etc.
You know, I am struggling along with most of the nation. I'm struggling with George Floyd's death. I think that was a tragedy, and I think that there are some things that need to be done in this country to end the systemic racism that we've got going on. I can only speak for myself, and I can speak for my experience. I can speak for how I would approach those things in my courtroom. There will be no bias. I see people, I see children, I see moms, and I see dads. I don't see color. You know, some of our best friends are people of color. I have a nanny that has raised my kids along with me. She's Black since their birth. I don't see color. I see people again, and I see moms and dads and children. And I think that the country needs to end the racism that's going on. But all I can speak for is for myself and how I'll handle myself in my courtroom.
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, this is one of a series of interviews that we hope to do with you. Obviously, we've got a couple of months going forward. We have a lot of things we're doing with the independent Black voters, some events, some other functions as we get to know all of the candidates. So we're going to post this on the independent Black voters. You are a member. Hopefully, you will let them know more about you on there. So we encourage you, as we encourage all, to spend a couple minutes to come on and just tell people who you are, what your thoughts are, what your values and beliefs, not necessarily just about being a judge, but who you are as a person, because our objective here with the independent Black voters is to vet candidates and to bring in the candidates that best understand our values, our beliefs, etc. I thank you for taking the time for this one. I'm looking forward to getting to know more about you as a candidate, as a person, so that when we do decide who our endorsements are, we know the candidates. And I thank you very much for taking the time here. And I
Thank
look
you.
forward to talking to you more in the future. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on, Brian.
So now give me your quick 1-minute pitch if you were trying to convince people that they need to vote for you.
So my name is Stacey Rocheleau, and I'm running for Department W. Department W is one of the new seats. There are 20 seats currently, and Department W is brand new, so there's no incumbent. Again, I have 19 years of experience in family law, and that experience sets me apart. I've raised a family here in Clark County. It's my home, and I want to serve the family members of Clark County, the moms, the dads, the kids. I want to serve you as the next judge in Department W. And I encourage people to get to know me better. It's important to be an informed voter. You can look me up on my website at Rocheleau4judge.com. I really encourage people to email me or to call me. My number is 702-483-8353. And I'd like to know, what is important to you? What can I do as your judge? So again, my name is Stacey Rocheleau, and I'm running for Department W.
Thank you. Thank you for very much. And this is the Independent Black Voters as we do our series of Let's Get to Know Our Candidates. We encourage you, be an informed voter. Go past just hearing a name or seeing a commercial. Listen, learn, look at the historical past so you can determine what should happen in the future. The Independent Black Voters, as we say, our vote is not free. Peace. Hold on.